So this is just a little glimpse of the health check overview. There's actually a lot more comprehensive deliverables and outputs that come as part of the health check. But some of the key benefits of a health check is really identifying inefficiencies within the business. Now, sometimes this can be that the system has potentially been configured incorrectly. Sometimes the system was configured correctly at a point in time. But as you can appreciate, as Dynamics evolves, then so too does the configuration have to change as well. We often identify pain points and frustrations from end users. So you might be stable with your environment and have been using it for a long time, but there are often some really quick wins and quick gems that are missed by kind of getting that feedback loop back with the organization and addressing some of the key pain points and frustrations. More often than not, I find there are a lack in training needs. So you may have been trained in your organization many, many years ago, and you're completely unaware of some really cool, nifty, potentially look and feel tips and tricks to make your life easier, whether that's personalizing your screens and having views that are set up to make your lives and jobs more efficiently. And sometimes it's just that you need a quick refresher to get up to with the latest and greatest features as well. We sometimes do identify system deficiencies where the system has been configured in a not optimal way. And we certainly look at not just what has come from your organization, but where your organization is heading and identifying those future opportunities, especially with feature management, with all the new latest and greatest features. How can your business leverage its existing platform and go further with what you already have in your business? And as I mentioned, there are often some very quick wins, whether that's a little bit of training or some configuration changes that can have massive long-term benefits. If you can move on to the next slide, Lucho. So this is just a very small snapshot of a review of the general ledger module, and in particular, on the left-hand side, there's a screenshot of a chart of accounts. We use a traffic light system where we identify things that require immediate attention, some things that do require attention, but you can look at that in the near future. We also identify things that you can address at any point, but should be addressed. And then we also have some areas, if we're doing just a system review, where we may be reviewing something and it requires further information as to why your business is doing something in a certain way or why the configuration was done in a certain way. And then there are also benefits for optional functionality, which can touch into those future functionality or new features that you may want to consider. And then if you've made it clear to us that you don't use a particular part of Dynamics, we can mark it out as scope as well. So this is just a little bit of a glimpse as to what a health check can look like. Moving on to the next slide, Lucho. So as part of our health check, it is quite a dynamic process, and depending on your organization, it can be very in-depth with interviews, and some of the outputs that come from a health check is certainly suggestions and recommendations. There's also some options as to how you want to explore moving forward with your existing system. There's also interview outputs if you do conduct interviews, but also a roadmap. So as the platform is continually evolving, it's important that your organization understands where you currently are to date, where you've come from, but where you're heading as well. And that's one of the key deliverables that comes as part of the Walkerscott health checks, is that clear roadmap to your next goals.